What is going on, guys? Jack here, and today I've got for you guys a somewhat different video. If you know, and you've been watching my Eastside Hockey Manager Early Access Let's Play, you'll know I've been getting quite into my hockey lately, and not that I think I'm going to be any good at this whole predicting malarkey, but a lot of you guys are writing in the comments, Jack, we want to see you try and predict the playoff bracket. So I have got a prediction kind of in mind of where I think it's going to go. I should point out, if you're new here, this is very new to me. A lot of this is going to be pure guesswork, as I guess it is with any predictor. But the thing that makes this different is that I've got a little competition to run alongside this. So the way this is going to work is I have 2 copies of Eastside Hockey Manager to give away on my channel. The way I'm going to do this is, down in the comments of this video, you just need to predict the 2 teams who will be in the Stanley Cup final, and also who will win out of the 2 teams to win the Stanley Cup. I have 2 copies of the game to give away. If we get 2 winners, great. If we get 3 winners, I will randomise it to randomly select a winner. Or 2 winners of the 3. And if no one gets it right, I'm going to find a different way to give these away. So down in the comments, let me know who you think will reach the playoff final and who's going to win it. Simple as that. Anyway, I'm now going to go through my predictor. I'm on the NHL bracket kind of predictor website. I'll leave a link to this webpage. You can fill it in yourself. You do have to make an account, but it's super simple to do. And yeah, maybe tweet me a picture of your predictions to my Twitter. I'll leave a link, as always, to that down in the description. So anyway, as you can see here, we've got the Predictor League up. We are presented with some lovely stats here for all the different kind of matchups that we can predict. To be honest, we're just going to be guessing for the most part, because that's all this is. So in this first game, I'm going to go with the Blues just because they're the higher kind of seeded of the 2 teams. Nothing more than that, really. With these first rounds, I do have to predict the number of games, so I'm just going to be pretty much going randomly, but I'm going to say they're going to win by 5 games. Of course, the Wild coming in via the wildcard spot, I believe. So I kind of feel like the Blues have enough about them. I think the Wild might just get, 1 game against them. So yeah, that's where we're going there. In this next game, it's the Preds v the Blackhawks. Now, this one is a really kind of tough one to call. But the team I'm actually going with, I'm going with the numbers here. We're going with the Blackhawks. They have a better penalty kill percentage. They've got a better defensive record, albeit marginally. You can see the 2 teams' records here. What's really let down the Preds is going to overtime and then losing it, but that's kind of got them just enough points to be ahead of the Blackhawks. But the 2 teams are fairly evenly matched, and as you can see here, we do have kind of the statistical advantage and the fans' consensus, and I'm going with the fans. I'm going with Chicago Blackhawks to win that game, but I'm going with it in 6 games. Going to be a tight game, I feel, so that's where I'm going on that one. Here we've got the Jets v the Ducks. In this one, I'm just going to go with the numbers. The Ducks, you can see they are a fan favourite. They also have the statistical advantage. I'm taking the easy route out, picking the favourites, but I do think the Ducks could do that quite convincingly, so we're going to go with them doing it in 4 games. In this last game in the Western Conference kind of first round bracket, it's the Canucks v the Flames. In this one, I've actually got Vancouver going through. I think they've got enough about them to get through in this one. You can see they've got a slightly better record. It's a 50-50 split, though, by the fans. So perhaps the first prediction that I'm making where it's not going to be super tight. But I am going to go with it being in 6 games. So I do anticipate quite a long series there. Anyway, in this second round of the Western Conference, I'm going with the Blackhawks. I'm going to go against what maybe some people might predict. You can see here, actually, a lot of people going with the Blackhawks. I do kind of feel like they may have underperformed in the regular season based off my very limited knowledge of hockey. So we're going to put them going through. And then in this lower half of the Western Conference bracket, I'm going with the Anaheim Ducks to go through against Vancouver. You can see they do have a slight edge. In terms of the stats, it's hard to kind of differentiate between these 2 teams. The regular season stats are very tight between them, but I prefer Ducks, so we're going with them. Anyway, out of these 2 teams, the Blackhawks and the Ducks for the final, I'm actually going to go perhaps against the grain. I'm going with the Blackhawks. Apparently they are, in the fans' kind of general consensus, a team who could make it there. So that's my prediction on the Western Conference. I'm going with the Blackhawks. I think they've got quite a lot of decent firepower. If players like Kane can perform, then they could be right up there. Anyway, on to the Eastern Conference. Between the Habs and the Sens, I am going to go with Montreal going through. I think they're going to do it quite easily, to be honest. But I am going to go with it being in 5 games. Neither team's super convincing going into this. I know the Habs had a good run towards the end, but they slowed down a little bit. The game against the Leafs, where they obviously won in the shootout, kind of made me question them somewhat, perhaps. Anyway, in this next game, I'm going with 4 games, and I'm actually going to go with the Lightning to do this. And this choice is based entirely off the fact that in my Eastside Hockey Manager Let's Play, they won the Stanley Cup first season, so we've got to have one bet and one prediction, I guess, based off the game itself. Anyway, next Eastern Conference game, I'm going with the Rangers. Pittsburgh been really struggling towards the end of the year, and I think that the Rangers can do it quite convincingly. And in this last game, I'm actually going to go with the Capitals to beat the Islanders. Of course, the Islanders really slowed down towards the end of the season. They had a horrific kind of run of form, and I think the Capitals can capitalise on that, and I'm thinking that they're going to take it in 5 games. Anyway, in these second round matchups, I am going against EHM. I think the Habs will probably have the edge slightly over the Lightning, of course, finished higher than them in the regular season. And then in this second round game, I've got the Rangers going through. I'm predicting, the top 2 teams from the Eastern Conference divisions to meet in the conference final. The Rangers in fantastic form. You can see here that a lot of the fans are behind them. Statistically, they're looking very, very strong, and I think they're going to have the edge there. Anyway, out of the Habs and the Rangers, I'm actually going to go with the Rangers to go through. Again, I think it's difficult to argue against the Rangers. They had such a great regular season that I think they can probably do it here. And if they get to this stage, of course, against the Canadians. And then in the final, the big prediction, the one that you need to concern yourself about, well, obviously you need to predict who will finish either side of the kind of final, but I'm going with the Blackhawks against the Rangers, and I'm actually going to go with the Rangers to win the entire thing. And then there is a tiebreak of total goals scored in the final. Pure guesswork, but 22 is the number that I'm going to go with, and that's how I see the kind of Stanley Cup playoff, for 2015 going. As I mentioned, get your predictions down in the comments. This video is based entirely off my very limited knowledge of hockey, a little bit of guesswork, so if you want to critique my predictions, feel free to. Maybe let me know who you see getting on in all these other games if you wish. As I mentioned, you can take a screenshot of this webpage if you fill out this bracket, which I'll leave down in the description, and then tweet me it. Let me see how yours kind of differs from mine. Anyway, with this little giveaway, obviously, I've not left much time for you to get your entries in. I'm actually going to give you until the end of tomorrow, which is Thursday the 16th. So the first games of the first round will have commenced by that point. But because we're only predicting the finalists, I don't think it's going to have too big of a bearing. So yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this video, guys. Something a little bit different, a bit of guesswork. Probably made a complete kind of disaster of this. You can, as I mentioned, critique it down below. Of course, getting your entries for the giveaway to win a copy of EHM, Eastside Hockey Manager. You need to predict the Stanley Cup final teams kind of competing in it, and also who will win the whole competition. Anyway, that wraps things up from me. If you enjoyed this slightly different video, smash the like button. If you've got any comments with regards to this, let me know down below. And other than that, it is me, Jack, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.